Any video that you see in the future from me with this tractor is going to have this turbo kit on it. That's almost doubling your PTO horsepower. Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching a Ritter Bit Will Do, and we've got some exciting things happening here in the Ritter Bit garage. Let me tell you, we are doing some crazy stuff. Some people might say it's kind of nuts, but check this out. I've got the hood off of the BX, and we just installed a turbo kit on the BX tractor. On a subcompact tractor, we have a turbo kit designed by Kevin at HydrosPlus, okay? Now, before you go down in the comments and say this is a terrible idea, you're gonna break something, I want you to hear me out in this video, okay? And another thing I want you to hear in a little bit, in a while, towards the end here, we're gonna hear the difference between this open can muffler and what Kevin is calling the competition pipe. I haven't heard it yet. I'm looking forward to that. So stick around. This is gonna be fun, exciting. Some might say it's revolutionary for the Kubota subcompact BX tractor. Stay tuned. This isn't an install video. I don't want you guys to get confused. This is not an install video. This is a post-install video. I've already installed it. I followed the directions on Kevin's video. He did a great install video. In fact, he did an install video that nobody's going to do a better one of. So that's the one that you're going to watch. There are no directions to read, nothing to be confused about. He shows you on video, just go step by step, each step of the process. It took me 4 to 5 hours. It's probably going to take somebody with more mechanic skills less time than that. It was not hard, pretty simple. So I want to show you some of the things that I took off and some of the things that I replaced and what's all involved and some of the pieces that I have left over. I took the hood off because it makes it so much easier to get in and work. I also took the front grille off, 4 bolts, right? Real easy. The hood is also 4 bolts, but the hood also requires you to loosen up the wiring harness for the lights. And that's what's still here. You know, when I put the hood back on, I'll replace where the lights go. Pretty simple, not complicated at all. Also took the old muffler and manifold off. A real simple process. Just 1, 2, well actually there's let's see, there's 2, 4, 6 bolts there, and another one here, but easy to get off. Took this part of the air intake off, took the heat shield off. And then finally over here, he's calling this an inspection plate. Real simple to take off and replace with what you need. This is a little, I think is it a blowback hose, I believe. Short little piece of hose that gets replaced with another piece and some hose clamps. That's it. That's really all I took off. So what did I replace it all with? This manifold, which goes up to this turbo, and this hose right here, this air hose, and there's some other hoses that need to get fitted, and it's not complicated. It really isn't. Okay. Here, there's 2 hoses on this side, 1 and 2. And then there's, well, this as well. I guess we're calling that a hose too, right? But simple, easy to do. He provides some nice clamps with these hoses, okay, and the exhaust clamps as well. Down here, there's a fitting, and it has a little, I think it's the oil sensor down here. That's what this is. Okay, so real simple to take off and replace. Nothing you can't handle, guys. Then there's this hose as well. I don't know what a lot of these hoses do. I just followed Kevin's directions, and all of a sudden, I now have a turbo on my tractor. If I were to do this again, I could do this in a couple hours, easy. It's real simple. And then this is the open can muffler. That's what I'm calling it anyway. And then he provided me here it is, the competition pipe. Okay, so we're gonna try this out. We're gonna see what that sounds like. I'll let you guys listen to this one, which I think it sounds better. Kevin says there's not much of a difference, but I can tell it sounds better. You know, I've been on the BX a long time. I know what it sounds like, and with that, it sounds a little bit better. You know, it sounds cooler. It's got that coolness factor, which is kind of important. That's it. Not complicated. I want to show you some of the basic tools that I used. This is my tool sets that I have. And I really use mostly 1/4 inch stuff because there's some tight places that you need to get into with the BX. And it's also nice to have some extensions, you know, whether they're long extensions or short extensions. It's nice to have those just because it makes things easier to get to. Also use some, where are they at? Some Allen wrenches, okay? That's all, you know, the largest one in here that I have. What is it actually? It is 8mm. Is that what it is? That's what that says? That's the largest one I got. I'm pretty sure that's the size that I used. Okay, that's it from there. That's all I used. That 1/4 inch set and an Allen wrench. Over here, I used a couple wrenches, mainly my 10mm and my 12mm, and maybe the 13 as well. In this drawer, I used some channel locks just to help me with some of the clamps because I wasn't real used to using those clamps, so it was easy to have like an extra hand to hold them together. For some of the smaller clamps, a pair of needle nose pliers, and for some of the zip ties and things that you need to remove, just a pair of clippers just to cut things out. And that's it from that drawer. Anything from here? No, nothing. Well, you know, I might have used this. I'm not sure. But like I said, simple tools can get this job done. Nothing complicated. And if you have some mechanical experience, this isn't going to take you as long as it took me. Kevin's video is great. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to go with this. Because in his video, he shows at the end of the video the horsepower gain that you can get from this turbo kit. And it almost doubles the PTO power, okay? He was getting close to 15-ish with 15, 16 PTO horsepower with the BX that he was using. And when he installed the turbo, he tested it again and he was getting close to 30. He was getting like 29-ish. That's crazy. Out of an engine that's designed for 23 horsepower, he was getting 29 PTO horsepower with the turbo. Guys, that's going to make a huge difference when I'm grinding stumps, when I'm flail mowing, when I'm running the tiller. Wow, that's a lot. So I was intrigued. Had to try it out for myself. So any video that you see in the future from me with this tractor is going to have this turbo kit on it. So just keep that in mind as you're watching. We got a tractor that's a little bit juiced. It's got a little extra power, a little extra something under the hood. And I'm excited about it. If the name HydrosPlus sounds familiar to you, that's because the loader cylinders that we replaced last year on this tractor were from HydrosPlus. They were from Kevin. He designed those cylinders for the BX tractor, and because he saw that the BX had some shortfalls. The BX stock lifts the smallest amount of weight in its class. Okay, there's a lot of other subcompact tractors that can lift more. The BX was at the bottom of the list. So he saw that the BX could be improved upon. He designed some cylinders that work for it. Not only do they increase the weight capacity 35%, right? Which means I can lift 1,200 pounds with this tractor. It's absolutely amazes me. And I still haven't broke anything because Kevin didn't over-design it to the point where it's going to break something. He knows the limitations of the BX. He's an engineer type of guy. He knows what this is capable of. So when he designed this turbo kit, I was skeptical at first, but because I have known that he has worked with Tractor Time with Tim, and Tim does a lot of different things with Kevin. They've done lots of different hydraulic cylinders, backhoe cylinders as well, turbo kits, and even hydraulic oil pumps. So you can run bigger and better attachments with your hydraulic system. Pretty cool stuff. Kevin knows what he's doing. This isn't some kit that was just thrown together in a backyard and slapped on there in some hack job. This is engineered to work for this tractor, and I trust that Kevin knows what he's talking about. Now, Would I do this if my tractor was under warranty? Probably not, right? Probably not. I'd wait for the warranty to expire. But my tractor has no warranty anymore. I've got 580 hours on this one. I've got 580 hours on another BX. I've got 1,000 hours now on a BX tractor, and I feel like I know its limitations. I know its shortfalls. I know where it could be improved upon. And to know a guy like Kevin from HydrosPlus who is working on improving the subcompact tractor, that's a lot of fun, okay? So yeah, I'm the guy that's gonna install the turbo kit on his BX tractor, and you guys can be the ones that go down in the comments and tell me it's not gonna work, I'm gonna break stuff, and I'm just gonna continue to prove you wrong. I mean, that's my plan. If I break something, I break something, right? That's what's gonna happen. But I really have faith that this is going to work well, and I have no problem putting this on. Kevin's a great guy to work with, good guy to talk with, very smart. In my opinion, he's a hydraulics genius. He knows every capability of this tractor, all of its shortfalls, all the different things of how it's engineered. He also understands the John Deere. He's working on other bigger tractors. I think the John Deere 3 Series as well. He's already worked with the 2 Series and the 1 Series. He knows those tractors. So this is kind of one of the, he's getting into the Kubota world as well. So first was the hydraulic cylinders, now is the turbo kit. I'm excited to use this. I mean, this is going to make a big difference. I really feel like it will, because there's some shortfalls. Like when I was using the stump grinder. By the way, the stump grinder, I'm up to about 80 stumps now. So I know its limitations, and I know how fast I can grind a stump. That's what I'm really used to right now currently. So I can't wait to start grinding some stumps with this and see if it's going to make that big of a difference. Now, Kevin was seeing horsepowers from the BX tractors that he was using to install this around 15, 16 PTO horsepower on the dyno that he tested it on. And then after he installed the turbo, he was getting 29-ish. That's almost doubling your PTO horsepower. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Any future video that you see from me where I'm using this tractor, it will have this turbo kit on it, and we are going to we're going to push some limits, right? We're going to push some limits. Hopefully we're not going to break anything. I don't think we will. Like I said, I feel like I know what I'm doing with this, and I need to stop rambling, and we need to start getting the straight pipe on. And first of all, we need to hear what this sounds like. Then we'll get the straight pipe on, and we'll hear what that sounds like. And you guys can tell me which one you like better. All right, I'm excited. Let's get this going. All right, guys, we got the garage door open. We're ready to start this thing up. First, you're going to hear this pipe. This is the open can muffler exhaust is what I'm calling it. There might be a different name for that. And then we're going to try the competition pipe. So we'll switch them over. I'm going to leave the camera in the same spot so you can hear the difference in the same environment, right? So let's start this up. As I start this up, first we're going to start around 2,000 RPMs. We're just going to let it idle for a little bit, and then I'm going to crank it all the way up 3,400 RPMs, and you can hear what it sounds like. Let's get her going. Okay, that's fun. I think it sounds better. It's got a deeper bass to it. It's got a little deeper sound to it. Makes it sound a little meaner. So, we're going to switch it out now. We're going to switch out to the competition pipe. We'll see what the difference is. Stay tuned. All right, now we're ready to test out the sound of this competition pipe. Like I said, I haven't done this before either, so I'm anxious to hear what this is going to sound like. Let's get her going, guys. That sounds pretty good. It's a little different. It's absolutely different than that. I like that a little bit better. That's a fun sound. That's cool. So there you have it, guys. Now we've heard both. We've heard the open can muffler and the competition pipe. What you would also get in the kit is this DPF muffler. And that's what this is, okay? And inside there has all the DPF, the diesel particulate filter system. It's all inside. You don't have to use that one, but you can. But yeah, it's all there. Competition pipe, I think it's a upcharge. Not sure what it is. You have to check out the website. So go to HydrosPlus, check out the website. They got a lot of different things there. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of really neat things. So what do you think of this? Leave me some messages down in the comments. Am I nuts? Are you excited to see what we're going to be doing with this? Because I am. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully you guys are too. So give me a like for this one. Again, go visit HydrosPlus.com. Check out that website. And guys, until next time, keep on tractoring and God bless.